In the past few weeks, we've been treated to a fair host of great new music, and in amongst the riffraff is legends and pioneers of the game, the Rolling Stones. And despite being a self-proclaimed Beatles man, I've always had a soft spot for the kings of rock and attitude, with the Rolling Stones undeniably producing some of the most iconic and arguably best tracks in rock history. And one of my favourite stories about the Rolling Stones is a tale told by David Bowie himself, who said he saw the Stones as a younger man, where someone in the crowd shouted at Mick Jagger, "Get a haircut!" To which Mick Jagger replied, "What, I look like you?" Which could have been only one of the greatest introductions to one of the greatest rock bands in history ever to have been experienced. And with the band still producing new music, it seems ever further undeniable that all those yoga sessions for Mick Jagger continuously appear to be paying off. Whilst it remains clear to the fact that Keith Richards has obviously discovered the secret to immortality. But seemingly so, the same when most legends of the music scene produce new music, it's begged by a lot of people to ask, have the Rolling Stones lost their spark throughout the years? The same way many juggernauts of the industry have slowly seemed to go on a steady downhill, or seemingly not be up to it anymore. Where most recently we've seen complaints for bands like Guns N' Roses critiquing Axl Rose's vocal delivery for his live shows. We have the seeming retirement of Elton John from live shows also, and the ways in which Paul McCartney's releases over the past 10 years, although okay, haven't quite stood up to his personal legend. And well, in terms of more recent rock bands of that sort of legendary status, we did have Blur pop their head up for a quick reunion tour and releasing the Ballad of Darren. We have Liam Gallagher stating his new album is on the way, and Arctic Monkeys are nearing the completion of their worldwide domination tour. Yet nothing still stands up to the behemoth that is the Rolling Stones. And after hearing their new single Angry, I don't think the Rolling Stones have lost their spark in any way at all. Even despite the sad news with the passing of drummer Charlie Watts back in 2021. Their new track Angry appears to be a pretty fantastic single, representative of a mixture of classic sounds but with a clean production. And it doesn't lie based in nostalgia. It just sounds like good and proper traditional British rock. And it manages to not feel out of place or represent a style of aged rock that feels out of touch in any way. So somehow it seems to fit right in with current releases. There's a nice simplicity in the vocabulary of the lyrics used, speaking about a lover who wants to know answers yet contradicts himself through wanting to avoid any conflict, depicting a simple yet effective story to a punchy rock track. The guitar is fairly simple and understandable, but it's carried out with a clear high-level expertise. And whilst Mick's vocal isn't echoing and billowing, it has that classic Stones impact, complemented by lyrics which are simply to the point and written well enough to paint the exact picture of what the track is about, serving the track itself. To put it simply, it's the basics of rock done to their best by the very best, all delivered through that iconic sound of the Rolling Stones. And to be honest, I think it stands up there from a significant point of view, as an example of the standards which rock music is built upon, and a nod to all other artists out there that this is how it's done, while sitting comfortably amongst new releases, and not sticking out like a sore thumb from the past, which is an unfortunate tale for when a lot of legends do release new music. And overall, Angry as a single instills a sense of pride and happiness that they're still alive and kicking, providing a reminder of what good and proper traditional British rock music should sound like, telling us exactly how it should be with undeniable attitude from the very second the track starts, with Mick Jagger belting out a classic 1, 2, 3. It's great to hear a track from an iconic band performing classic rock to an exceptional standard, serving as just the cherry on the top of all the fantastic music we're getting to currently hear from newer artists in the scene at the moment. And it's got me especially pumped to hear what they'll bring when their new album is released, reflecting that the spark is still well and truly going for the Rolling Stones. As always, feel free to like and subscribe if you're new here, and on that note, I think I'll say ta-ra for now, and I'll see you later. What, I look like you?